Democrats laying back. This has been about y'all. This has been about y'all because their messaging was always the same. Democrats have been angry at what this man tried to do the last time. They've been angry this time. So with much due respect to you both, I believe you are pointing the finger at the wrong person when you say Democrats.
Are you delineating between voters and elected officials?
Yes, I am.
Voters are very impassioned.
Voters, and when you say Democrats, he's talking to us saying our messaging is bad. And I'm saying, no, our messaging has not been bad because people have been out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, Barack Obama just did something that's causing major waves, not from the right, but from his own side. And leading the outrage? None other than Whoopi Goldberg. Yep, you heard that right. Obama gave some blunt advice to the Democrats after their latest election stumble, and Whoopi did not take it well. Honestly, her reaction was so over the top it's hard to tell if she's angry, offended, or just caught off guard. But one thing's for sure, this has the left in full panic mode. Let's unpack what Obama said, why it's got people spiraling, and what this moment really says about the current state of the Democratic Party. Smash that like and subscribe, and let's jump in.
He told donors this over the weekend, quote, "I think it's going to require a little bit less navel-gazing and a little less whining and being in fetal positions," Obama said, according to excerpts of his remarks exclusively obtained by CNN. And it's going to require Democrats to just toughen.
So, here's the moment. Obama, former president, progressive icon, the guy many on the left still idolize, goes on air and basically tells Democrats to toughen up. No sugarcoating. No carefully worded spin. Just stop whining and get your act together. Simple enough, right? Well, apparently not. Because that triggered Whoopi Goldberg into what can only be described as a full-on meltdown. And trust me, it was loud, emotional, and honestly, kind of confusing.
Laying back. This has been about y'all. This has been about y'all because their messaging was always the same. Democrats have been angry at what this man tried to do the last time. They've been angry this time. So with much due respect to you both, I believe you are pointing the finger at the wrong person when you say Democrats.
Are you delineating between voters and elected officials?
Yes, I am.
Now, let's be real. What Obama said wasn't earth-shattering. It was measured, reasonable, and frankly, true. But here's the catch. On today's political left, even facts are dangerous unless they flatter the narrative, Obama's message. Basically, Democrats need to stop playing victim and start acting like a real, competitive party. But instead of thinking it through, Whoopi seemed to take it personally and responded with the emotional volume turned all the way up.
Voters, and when you say Democrats, he's talking to us saying our messaging is bad. And I'm saying, no, our messaging has not been bad because people have been out.
To be fair, Obama's message can be read a few different ways. Maybe he's calling for the party to let go of performative politics. Maybe he's urging them to stop giving ground to Trump and MAGA. Or maybe, just maybe, he's saying it's time to stop the blame game and focus on solutions. Either way, there was room for nuance. But Whoopi didn't go there. She went straight to outrage. Which, let's be honest, is a pattern we've seen a lot lately, where feelings override facts and every disagreement gets treated like betrayal.
With all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. Because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that. That's not acceptable. This shouldn't even be a question.
This whole episode highlights a bigger problem. The loudest voices in the room are often the ones keeping the Democratic Party stuck. People like Whoopi Goldberg, who cling to outdated talking points and resist any shift toward the center, even when that's exactly what voters are asking for. After last election's results, many Democrats realized something had to change. They're trying to reconnect with middle America, with moderates, with people who feel left behind by the extremes. But right when they start moving in that direction, someone like Whoopi hits the brakes. Defending strategies that already failed at Obama's warning wasn't just tough love, it was urgent. But some folks still don't see it. Honestly, Whoopi's outrage doesn't make a lot of sense here. Obama didn't insult anyone. He gave his party the kind of reality check a good leader should. But for some reason, that pushed her into full dramatic mode. And it's not the first time. Remember when she claimed a Staten Island bakery refused to sell her cakes for political reasons? Later it turned out it was just a scheduling mix-up. But the narrative was already running wild. Same thing here. Instead of having a real conversation about Obama's point, she turned it into yet another personal drama. And when political critique becomes taboo, nobody grows, just more yelling, more division. Things got even more twisted when Ana Navarro jumped in.
Respond to you saying that I was hyperbolic when I talked about a reign of terror.
Because that is hyperbolic.
No, it might be hyperbolic for you as a white man.
Oh, okay.
It's certainly not hyperbolic for me as a
racist.
Latino. No, I'm not being racist.
It's incredible to dismiss my opinion for being a white
No,
man.
I'm not dismissing your opinion. I am telling you that what the Latino community, the brown community in America.
Speak in one voice.
Okay, well, let me speak with my voice. I mean, you said I was being hyperbolic. Let me respond.
Racially, sure.
I'm not. You being a white man as an insult?
When you invoke it to dismiss my
being a white man as an insult?
When you invoke it,
do you think Latinos are living under circumstances that other people may not be right now in this country?
She defended some of Whoopi's stance, but imagine this. What if a white guy dismissed someone's opinion because they were black or Latino? The outrage would be instant. Yet somehow, when it happens the other way around, it's tolerated, even praised. Equality should go both ways. You can't preach fairness and inclusion while shutting down voices based on identity. That's not justice. That's just politics playing dress up as virtue.
Brad, all she's saying is that her view of the situation is different from yours. I don't think that's an insult.
She basically said, I'm wrong because I'm a white man.
No, she just said, I see it differently from you, which is not an insult. It's not, and it's also not a racial insult.
And this is where things get uncomfortable. There's a double standard that nobody wants to admit. Racism, bias, bigotry. Everyone agrees it's wrong. But when those things are directed at certain groups, suddenly it's different. If we're going to build a fair society, that standard has to apply to everyone. Otherwise, we're not fighting injustice, we're reinforcing it. Then there's Sunny Hostin. When Biden was in office, she urged caution when names appeared on the Epstein list. Let's not rush to judgment, she said. Due process matters. But now that Trump's back, she's practically begging for the list to drop, ready to throw names around like confetti. So which is it? That's not journalism. That's just spin. When the rules change based on who's in power, it stops being about truth and becomes pure theater.
People were dying for this information. There was some sort of list that everybody thought was going to come out, and who's on the list. What's important for us to note is we shouldn't be repeating names that are on the list, because just because your name has, not on the list, but in the documents, just because your name is on the documents doesn't mean that you have done anything criminally irresponsible or illegal or civilly irresponsible.
Or that you were a client.
Or that you were a client. These documents, as I read them, only reflect Epstein's sexual assaults of women and his sexual behavior. So I think that...
And Elaine also?
And Ghislaine. And so being named in this suit does not equate to being accused of wrongdoing. And I think that is extremely important, because conspiracy theorists seem to not understand or enjoy facts.
Yes.
These are the facts.
There is a list. Trump's name is on the logs, the passenger logs of Epstein's aircraft at least 7 times. That's already been made public. I mean, of course, Trump is denying any and all allegations, but all of that information is out there. Why not just put it to rest and say, release the list?
And finally, we had actress Valerie Bertinelli adding to the outrage. Her reaction to Obama's comments? Full meltdown. Not because he said something cruel, but because he didn't protect the party from honest feedback. This tells you everything you need to know about where liberal Hollywood stands right now. They don't want leadership, they want comfort. And when even someone like Obama, offers anything but praise, they flip out. But that kind of thinking is why the party keeps losing ground. If the goal is to win hearts and minds, then emotional echo chambers aren't going to cut it anymore.
I want to drink. I want to numb it. I don't want to feel it. But my logical mind is like, no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to numb it. You know what will help you feel better is to just feel the feelings. Get through to the other side. Have a good cry. And yet I can't cry.
So there you have it. Obama told the truth. Some folks didn't like it. And instead of a serious conversation, we got a week of TV drama. If you're tired of the noise and just want some honest commentary, you're in the right place. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Was Obama out of line or just the only adult in the room? Catch you in the next one.